Alright, here we are, Canadian junkyard. Okay, pro tip here. Hey everybody, welcome back to your favorite YouTube show, Fixing Random Crap with Craig. Today we are dealing with this toilet, which seems to have lost its grip with the ground. We got a spinner. That's what we like to call this. Actually, I don't know what people actually call this, but it does spin. It should not move. Anyway, this is we're gonna figure out what's going on here. Got myself a new bolt repair kit. I'm assuming the bolts just got sheared off. Apparently, the large dog here kind of hit this thing at full clip. And also, we're gonna replace some of these because I think one of those got destroyed. Actually, they didn't look that bad. Anyway, we'll let you know how we go. So far, we've turned off the water, flushed it once to get as much water out as we can, so that we don't have as much in there. I'll try to flush it again. There's nothing. Tank's empty now. So by flushing it once after the water's shut off, empties the tank. Now, next we're gonna pop off those white caps and unscrew her. I'm hoping to not have to unscrew that. Disconnect the water, like I turned it off, but I'm hoping not to have to disconnect it, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, here we go. Okay, got the screws off. It's a 13 mil, by the way. That was a shocker. I brought a 10, 11 out of 12 over here, but those were all the wrong size. So yeah, went to kind of lift it up off of the screws, and it just sort of came off, so I'm not sure whether the bottom of the screws are in there or in there. I haven't climbed under there yet, but you can see the wax seal is there. Quite the gap in the wax seal. So, you know, I think we're going to get a new wax seal and fix that right up. And figure out if there's an issue or not with the flange itself. I did get a few different flange repair kits, but we'll see if we need those. Okay, so wax seal is off. That thing's just gross. We're going to get a new one of those. And again, it was kind of having a little bit of a gap in it. You can see right here, there is a crack. I'm not sure how well I can kind of get the wrong hand going here, but right there, there's a crack in the hosel. I don't know where the bottom of those screws are. Let's see if I look under the toilet. Like, that's where the screw is at the top. Certainly doesn't seem to be down there. Oh, there's some of the wax seal on the bottom of the toilet. Okay, I want to get that off too, I guess. Anyway, we're going to go look at all the repair pieces that we have in the car that I picked up and see if one of these will help fix this flange. Here we go. There's a bit of a better look at how this is broken here. See that? There's that coming out right there. So this side's okay. Nothing cracked there, but this side is correct. So we have a couple of repair kits here. That is an extension kit, which I'm not super excited about because it gets higher off the ground. I think that's going to be a problem. We do have this one that we're going to consider. Oh, sorry, a little zoomed in there. Anyway, I'm going to read the instructions on these and we'll see what we do. Okay, so I bought a couple of these repair kits. It does talk about removing the broken flange first, then install a new flange with the provided screws. Using these, there's a bunch of different spacers and stuff in there. It says only if needed. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is just, so I opened one already, try to put it like right there, you know, so that we can, I don't want to take the whole flange off. This side of it's fine. It's just this side, but it's not quite level there because since that's broken, it's kind of up a little bit. So I'm just going to take some snips and I'm going to cut those pieces off. And I'm going to hopefully just screw this right on top, put some new screws down in through there. And then I'll have a new slot to put the screws in, and that should hold it in. Put in the new screws. Might even be able to use the old screws, potentially. We'll see. And I'm wondering if maybe I should use both of these so that it's perfectly level. Yeah, that might be smart. That might be smart. Anyway, because I don't want to do any rocking. Okay, I'll let you know what I decide. Okay, so I've cut out those pieces. So now it should be much nicer for this to sit flat here. That's not bad. Just a second here now. They're lined up on my other hand. I just want the screw to live in that area down below. So that could work. And maybe I'll open the other one and just screw it on the other side anyway. Just to avoid any kind of rocking. There's going to be a wax seal on top of there anyway, but it might be nice for it to be the same height right around. We'll see. I'm also not sure where the wood is underneath. I mean, the flange is obviously screwed down. Pretty sure. There's a tile floor there. Is this, yeah, I'm trying to remember. I did this bathroom like 10 years ago. Anyway, we'll see. Okay, we're back from a little trip to Home Depot. One thing, pro tip, if you're dealing with a toilet repair and you gotta like leave it be for a little bit, you know, put a cloth or something on top of this or jam a plastic shopping bag in there. Because there's no vent, you know, like, there's no P-trap in one of these. So basically, just the fumes coming into your house, you don't want that. So I always like to put a cloth or something on top of it. I'm going to be leaving it for any length of time. So, we got a new wax ring. Looks great. Jumbo size. Love it. We got these short screws. Because option B is going to be... I'm trying to get this fixed up here with one hand. This is the plan. Let's put two of these bad boys on. Even though the other side is not broken, just to have it level. So we don't get any rocking. Ideally, we would be able to put a long screw, like one of these buggers, right down through into the flooring under here. But as you can see, there's like an old tile floor here. And it's unclear to me whether, like, I have to go through tile. I could potentially get a tile bit and drill through that to get to the floor, the plywood, or the OSB, or whatever's under there. But I think if I run into tile, I'm going to attempt to put in the short screws and just have them like go into the flange itself. The flange is in pretty good shape. Home Depot guy looked at my pictures and said it doesn't look rotted or anything. So, you know, it would, because the flange is on there real well. So anyway, what I think I'm going to do is take a drill bit, see if I can get through easily, all the way through with a regular drill bit. If I can, then I'm going to go for the big screws and pop these metal things down. Then we're going to be back to just, you know, putting our screws in and putting the toilet back on. Then we fix the flange at that point. If I can't get through with the regular drill bit, I'm going to go with the small screws. And we'll roll the dice on that and see how it turns out. More to come. Okay, you can see we got one in. Screwed down nice. It was a little bit tricky to find a place to put the screws that there was still flange, because I had cut some out, like up at the top especially, because that piece is cut out just kind of underneath it. I tried to drill through to use the longer screws. I ran into that tile. It wasn't happening. This is on there, look. Real good, though. Like, that's going nowhere. Those two screws in there. Real nice. And the other trick is to put the bolt in, you know, before you screw it down, because at least in this application here, it was going to be really hard to get the bolt in based on where the rest of the flange was. And also, the bolts come, I'm going to do this one next. Like, they want this thing on the bottom, which is impossible to get to wedge in there. So it needs to kind of go in before you screw these things down. So yeah, we're going to do the next one and I'll show you where we're at. Okay, second one is in now too. So what I would have liked is for this screws to be a little further away from this open part. The fact is that it doesn't matter too much because, like, with that big nut on the bottom, like or that kind of Tina nut or something, it says on the instructions, I don't know. Anyway, it can't come out anyway. Like, it can't get out of there. I would rather it be like up there, right? But just the way the screws worked out, there was no way to do that. But it is inside this part, and I'm going to make sure it stays there. And they're like directly across from one another. This one needs to come a tiny bit maybe that way. They look funny because they're not like, they don't hold up straight. But they are directly across. So the toilet should just, you know, plop right down on there, no problem. I'm pretty pleased with how well those are attached to the flange, even with the small screws. And yeah, so I'm going to put the wax ring on now. I'll take this guy out of here. It's got the black piece built into it. I'm going to take my other hand, I'm going to push this like plastic piece off and just slide it in the hole there, and we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so that took no time at all. There's the new wax ring sitting in there all nice. We've got our, we're gonna put the toilet on. I'm gonna get a helper to come and help me line this up as we get it on there. And then we're gonna put these on, and then the screw on top, the new screws. And that may be enough for today. I do want to cut these down and put the new caps on, which are right there. I think we'll open those up because we'll want to put the bottom part of that cap on below the nut. That'll be the lowest piece. It'll be this new white piece here. And we'll take her from there. Okay, update. Crapper's back in place. It was very helpful to have a helper. My wife was here to be able to help make sure the screws, the top of the screws went in the holes. Because, like I say, they're wobbly right now because they're not screwed down. That's normal. So she was able to get those in, and then we were able to just kind of like move the toilet back and forth. That compresses that wax ring down, creates that seal, and get it nice and level on the back. Make sure everything is straight, looking out at you. And now we're going to go through the process of getting it clamped down properly. Okay, so we're ready to bolt it down. I did pick up these new Fluid Master Universal Secure Cap that are kind of cool. They actually have threads on them. Like this thing twists on instead of just snapping on. Those ones that snap on never stay on. And the dog here at this property really likes to play with them. So these should be harder to get off. And they seem pretty cool. So from reading the directions, it looks like I'm going to have this first. I'm going to put this right down the bolt. And then I'm going to put this on top of that like that with the flat side down. Then I'm going to put this anti-spin washer in there, and then I'm going to put the bolt on and screw it down, and that will hold it, and then this will screw on top of everything. So we'll try that. Okay, so tightening these is a little tricky because they're down inside that thing. This is an 11 mil wrench that happens to work with the bolts that came with the screws that I bought. If you just kind of put it like teeth down, you can screw. You don't want to over tighten these, that's for sure, because you don't want to break the toilet. They don't need to be super tight. But just hand tight, just snug here. I'm just going to go till I get a little bit more resistance, and then I'll call it good. I'm going to put my camera down though. Okay, those are nice and snug now, not too tight. Didn't force anything, but the toilet is. I'm trying to move that with my hand now. The seat's moving, but the toilet is going nowhere. So next up, last little touch is to trim off the bolts and then screw on those caps, and then we're done. I did bring my oscillating tool to see if that might work to cut those caps off, and I'm going to try that. I'll show you if it works. Okay, this is the oscillating tool. Gonna see if this, it's a rusty old blade, but so this is the last job for this one for sure. I do have a fresh blade in there, but I'm going to try this one, and then we'll just throw it out after. Okay, so that didn't work. Gonna go back to old trusty hacksaw blade. Should work pretty good. I checked the blades, and turned out the blades that I had were for wood, plastic, or soft metal. So I don't think it was gonna work on that anyway, even the fresh one. So we'll do this now and take her from there. Okay, good news. We are done. Once we got the hacksaw going, that was too easy actually. Probably took more time to go out to the car to get the oscillating tool as it did to cut those off. Just cut them about halfway or 2/3, and then you can kind of just bend them. They'll pop right off. And then screw on those nice caps. I really like those new caps that screw on. Those are pretty cool. Anyway, toilet is not moving at all. I try to move it. We're hooked back up. Water's filled up, tank's filled up. Flush nice. Job done. Took, I don't know, about 2.5 hours elapsed time, but that included a trip to Home Depot and home to get another tool that I forgot. So anyway, realistically, it's probably about an hour and a half of doing stuff. But anyway, she's in the books. We'll see you next time on Fixing Random Crap with Craig.